Today in The Guardian, have you seen it? It's quite something that it's reporting about the fact that our Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, just in case you forgot who he was, attended a protest against his own policy, which is really quite incredible. Rishi Sunak on Friday attended and had photographs and supported protesters who are protesting against net zero. It's actually Rishi Sunak's government who implemented and agreed to the net zero targets. So he joined them to protest against the Welsh government, which is obviously Labour, because he's only happy with us English farmers getting ahead with net zero, and he doesn't agree with Wales doing the same, which is really quite something. But also, not only that, one of the organisers of this farming group, called No Farmers, No Food, is a guy called James Melville, and he is a known conspiracy theorist. He's been behind anti-lockdowns, anti-vaccine, also anti-ULEZ. He's been part of that campaign, and he's also on the record for other conspiracies. I'll give you a link to the article in the text below. Do have a read. But I do wonder how on earth the Prime Minister where was his security detail? When we've done some campaigns at Save British Farming, we have had a couple of MPs come along and support our events, but we've had to go through, some quite big hoops to get them to come and support the campaign that we're running. But the campaign that we were running was actually against the Conservative policy, and the people that came and supported us were Labour and actually Lib Dem and SNP MPs, not Tory MPs campaigning against their own policy, but a Prime Minister campaigning against his own policy is even more bizarre. You have to ask, why does he think this is going to give farmers any confidence? He said at the conference, he's got our back.
You can trust us, because I know how important my neighbours, our farmers, all of you truly are. You help support millions of jobs, add billions to our economy, shape the landscape, but most of all, you produce the food we need. Food that is some of the best and highest quality anywhere in the world. And that's why I say to all of you and to Britain's farmers, just as I did in my very first speech in Parliament, I've got your back. I've got your back. Thank you very much.
How has he got our back when he says it's all right for you English farmers to have this system, but in Wales I'm really not happy about it, so I'm going to join this group and protest against what the Welsh government are doing? Not only that, Mark Drakeford has pointed out something, that in the Welsh Parliament they have absolutely been completely open about the impact assessments and made sure that that's available to the public of what it means for the new policy, which, as I've said, is here because of the Conservatives, because of Brexit, because we've taken back control of agriculture, and now it's having to be decided in Westminster for English farmers and in the devolved parliaments for the devolved nations. But that is because of Brexit. And now we have Rishi Sunak, who supported Brexit and implemented Brexit as Chancellor, campaigning against his own policy, but only for Wales, with a conspiracy theorist. Now, this is just really quite something. How does he have our back? And also, the English government have not released the impact assessments. It was again in The Guardian this week. They have withheld the impact assessments because it was so bad for upland farmers in particular. It just beggars belief that anybody can think that Rishi Sunak has our back. The only way he has our back is that he's already put a knife in it and he's actually twisting it.
Well, so the Welsh Government is committed to go on supporting farmers and the rural economy. It's why we have sustained the total amount that we put into the basic payment scheme in full here in Wales, an enormous contrast with the way farmers have been treated in England made about the financial analysis that was published. At least the Welsh Government has published a financial analysis. We learned today that the UK Government has refused to publish the financial analysis of its proposals for farming communities in England, whereas we have put those figures into the public domain, and we put them into the public domain precisely in order to have an informed consultation where we can agree proposals for the final sustainable farming scheme that will mitigate some of those risks that otherwise would have been there.